So today's topic is feedback. I will not state the obvious that why feedback is important and how things have to be done. But yes, today I am going to give you some clarity of thought that why feedback and how feedback can be given so that you save a lot of time. I've seen in many schools that teachers opt out feedbacks because it's lengthy, it's time taking. They generally have a lot of syllabus to cover and a lot of other things to cover. But feedback is very important. Without any further delay, let's start today's trick how to give feedbacks. First trick or first tip for giving feedback is you have to know exactly where to give feedback and when to give feedback. For example, you have to give feedbacks for every mastery learning objective, not for every XYZ learning objective. Suppose I'm giving you an example. You have an English class, you are teaching punctuation and you want to teach your children when to use full stop. So when you are teaching when to use full stop, you're not going to give feedback about how to construct a statement, or you're not going to give feedback about their spelling mistakes that day. Similarly, in maths also, if you're teaching them addition, subtraction with carryovers, so that day you will not tell them if they are doing a counting mistake. You can ignore that kind of feedback, and that day you will give proper feedback for only carryover mistakes. So this is your mastery objective. So if you know your mastery objective of the class, always choose giving feedback that day. Second tip for feedback is target all. So when you have given, suppose your mastery objective is to tell them when to use full stop, and you have given a worksheet to all the children or some exercise, what you can do is on the board, or maybe if you are technically sound or you have availability of internet in your classrooms, you can also use it in Google Classroom, that targeted response, that whenever a child is doing a wrong full stop, immediately on Google Classroom a response will go to the child, you have done it wrong, or if the child has done it right, then a targeted response will go, you have done it correct, well done, something like that. So in 1 minute or maybe in 2 minutes, you can just target all the children in one go. So this will save a lot of time. And if you do not have internet available in your classroom, what you can do is on a board, or maybe use a piece of paper and exactly tell children that this particular thing is wrong or this particular thing is right. The children who have done it right can pat their backs, obviously, that positive pushing is required. And then this way you can immediately figure out that out of 40 children, how many of them have done correctly or how many of them have actually achieved the mastery goal. Third tip here is, if now in your class out of 40 kids, 25 kids have done it right, but 15 kids have not done it right. Now what are you going to do? If 15 kids have not done it right, and if you're going to give feedback to 15 kids, it will again going to take a lot of time. Don't you think? It will take a lot of time, and you have to teach further, you have to complete the syllabus. So what you're going to do for that? You are going to do a third tip which I'm going to give. That is, you have to find out the major reasons because of which the child is doing it incorrect. There might be, like if you have gone to sites or customer services sites, they generally have made some questionnaires. If you have a problem of this, go to this. If you have a problem of this, then go to this. Similarly, in your teaching also, you have to find out, if you have not used the full stop correctly, what is the reason behind. Now you will state those obvious reasons. So this way you can reach 15 kids again in one go. That is, state the obvious reason, that this is the reason, this was in my mind, I thought the full stop was not here because of this reason. I thought the full stop was not here. So mention those reasons to your kids, and out of 4 or 5 reasons, the children will be able to pick up the reason. So what will happen? They will be able to know their mistake immediately, which is very important when we are giving feedback. Now the fourth trick which I want to share here is, when you're giving a feedback, tell the children if they have done it wrong, what will be the correct thing and how they can improve it. What will be the best thing they can produce again. So if they are going, because correction is important immediately after feedback. If they are not doing the correction, then the feedback given will not, play any important role, and then rectification of the mistake will never happen. So immediately ask them what will be the best thing you can produce after it. So if they have understood the concept, they'll immediately give them a new exercise or maybe a new sentence. If I'm just taking example of full stop. So immediately what will happen? That they will come up with their best result. So in this way, 40 kids are immediately taken care in just 10 to 15 minutes, and you'll be able to give feedback and rectify the mistake and make their base strong in one go. So this was all about today's episode. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.